Chosen one, have you ever felt the weight of the world on your shoulders? Have you ever faced enemies so fierce, challenges so unyielding, and noise so overwhelming that you thought you couldn't go on? What if I told you there's a simple weapon that can help you silence these enemies and carry you through life's toughest battles? This weapon is not one you can hold in your hand, nor is it one that makes a sound. In fact, it is the absence of noise that gives it its power. This weapon is silence. In this video, we'll explore how silence can become your greatest strength, helping you to neutralize even the most formidable enemies, whether they reside within you or around you. But first, I encourage you to subscribe. This is just the beginning of unlocking your full potential. Together, we will discover how silence can elevate you to your true power. The concept of silence as a weapon. Silence is often misunderstood in our fast-paced world. We live in an era where noise is a constant. Social media updates, news, advertisements, and the relentless chatter of daily life. Silence, in contrast, is viewed as something weak or passive, but in truth, silence is one of the most powerful forces in existence. When used correctly, it can disarm your enemies, create space for peace, and allow you to take control of your life. In its deepest sense, silence is not the absence of sound, but a mental state where your thoughts, emotions, and reactions are under your conscious control. This kind of silence allows you to cut through the noise of life, not only external noise but also internal conflicts that arise within your mind. As a chosen one, you are destined to rise above the noise. Your path is different from others, and to walk it successfully, you must learn to use silence not as a retreat, but as a weapon that strengthens your resolve and clears your way. Silence and the ancient wisdom of stillness. Throughout history, those who were considered wise and powerful understood the incredible strength of silence. In fact, many spiritual masters and legendary warriors have used silence as a strategic tool, not just in battle, but in every aspect of their lives. Take, for example, the Buddha. When he sat in meditation, he was engaging in the most profound form of silence possible. His stillness allowed him to connect with the deeper truths of existence, and through that silence, he was able to find clarity, peace, and wisdom. Likewise, the Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus believed in the power of silence to protect the mind. They taught that we should remain indifferent to external distractions and maintain a calm, focused mindset, regardless of the challenges or chaos around us. In the art of war, generals and strategists have long recognized that silence can be just as powerful as a sword. Sun Tzu, the ancient Chinese military strategist, famously said, "The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting." Silence, in this context, becomes the strategic tool that disorients the enemy, making them doubt, falter, and lose their power. As you walk the path of the chosen one, it's vital to understand that silence is not weakness, but strength. It allows you to remain grounded, unwavering, and in complete control of your reactions. The inner enemy, silencing self-doubt and fear. The first and most dangerous enemy you will face is your own mind. Every chosen one faces moments of doubt, fear, and insecurity. These internal enemies can be more destructive than any external force because they undermine your confidence and can prevent you from realizing your full potential. To silence this internal enemy, you must first become aware of the thoughts and emotions that arise within you. These thoughts are often irrational, disconnected from your true essence, and fueled by fear, anxiety, and past experiences. Self-doubt is often the result of listening to these thoughts too closely, allowing them to define you, even when they are not rooted in truth. The weapon of silence works wonders here. When a negative thought arises, do not engage with it immediately. Instead, sit in silence and simply observe the thought. Recognize it as a passing cloud in your mind and let it go without attaching any significance to it. This practice of mindfulness, the ability to observe your thoughts without judgment, creates the space needed for your true self to emerge. It may take time to master this art, but the more you practice, the more you will realize that the negative voices in your mind are not you. You are not your fears, doubts, or insecurities. They are simply illusions that can be quieted through the practice of silence. A simple but powerful exercise to practice silencing these inner voices is to meditate daily. Start with just 5 minutes of focused breathing and gradually increase the time as you feel more comfortable. This stillness will allow you to connect to your deeper wisdom, which can then guide you through any challenges. Silencing external enemies. Now that you have begun to master silence within yourself, let's turn our focus to the external enemies you may encounter. These enemies might appear in the form of people who criticize you, try to bring you down, or challenge your ideas. They might be toxic environments, difficult situations, or any force that aims to distract you from your path. The natural tendency when faced with an external enemy is to respond, to defend yourself, to argue, or to retaliate. But this response often gives your enemy more power and can escalate the situation. Silence, however, has the power to disarm these enemies without you needing to say a word. Imagine someone insults you. Most people react by firing back with an insult of their own, which only leads to more conflict. But if you respond with silence, you take away the enemy's power. The silence confuses them, leaving them unable to understand why you aren't reacting in the way they expected. By refusing to engage in unnecessary conflict, you preserve your peace and energy. Your silence becomes a shield, protecting you from the negativity that surrounds you. It also forces your enemy to confront their own actions, often leading to a shift in their behavior. In more serious situations, silence can be a way of standing firm in your boundaries. When someone attempts to push you beyond your limits, choosing silence allows you to avoid engaging in a power struggle. You remain steady and unshaken, showing the enemy that you will not be moved by their provocations. The role of silence in achieving personal mastery. Silence is not just about avoiding conflict. It is a tool for personal mastery, allowing you to focus your energy and efforts on what truly matters to you. By embracing silence, you create the conditions for clarity, vision, and purpose to emerge in your life. In a world full of distractions, silence allows you to tap into your higher self and the wisdom that lies beyond your immediate circumstances. When you create a still space within, you allow divine guidance, intuition, and inspiration to flow freely. This connection to your inner truth leads to better decision-making, increased productivity, and deeper personal fulfillment. The more you practice silence, the more you will notice that your actions become aligned with your true purpose. The power of silence in your life becomes a gateway to greater achievements, not because of force or resistance, but because of calm, centered action that flows naturally from a place of clarity and peace. Silence and the path to divine purpose. For the chosen one, silence is a direct path to divine purpose. Many of you are destined for great things, but to fulfill your true potential, you must first learn to listen. The world is full of noise, opinions, judgments, distractions, but the divine speaks in the stillness. In the moments of silence, you open yourself up to receive guidance from a higher source. Whether you call this source God, the universe, or your higher self, silence allows you to tune into the divine flow of energy that is guiding you toward your destiny. To truly walk the path of the chosen one, you must create sacred space for silence in your daily life. Whether through meditation, quiet reflection, or simply being still in nature, these moments of silence allow you to hear the whispers of your soul, guiding you toward your purpose. When you learn to trust the silence, you begin to trust your inner wisdom. This trust becomes a powerful ally on your journey, allowing you to move forward with confidence, even in the face of adversity. The divine purpose that awaits you is only fully revealed when you embrace silence as the most powerful weapon at your disposal. The world may try to tell you that strength is measured by noise, aggression, and constant activity. But the truth is, the greatest strength lies in your ability to remain silent, calm, and centered. As a chosen one, you are being called to master this art. By using silence as your weapon, you can silence the doubts within, disarm your enemies, and step into your divine purpose with clarity and strength. This simple weapon does not require physical effort or external tools. It requires only your willingness to embrace stillness, listen to your inner voice, and trust the divine wisdom that resides within. So, chosen one, take this weapon and wield it with grace and power. The world is waiting for you to step into your full potential. With silence, you will rise above the chaos and become the force of peace, power, and transformation that you were always meant to be. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel. Share this wisdom with others, and together, let's continue our journey toward divine mastery. Stay silent, stay powerful, and rise above.